Hello and welcome to our Monday night chat. Some of y'all are still at work, driving home, whatever you are doing. I'm so glad you decided to join me tonight and having a conversation about Brian McKnight's healing from narcissistic parents. Okay, healing from narc parents. What it looks like to heal and how sometimes calm really does mean you're not quite healed. Okay, the calm represents sometimes the storm happening inside of you. Now, if you are new here, I'm Denise Brady, your favorite therapist. Okay. I'm here to represent, talk about my own experience, my own stories, be vulnerable with you guys, and help you guys see what healing looks like, the challenges of healing from a parent who is a narcissist. I think I still forgot a syllable, but you know what I mean. Okay. But hit that like as you come in, subscribe, join the membership is only 99 cents. Okay. Let me know if you're part of my replay gang. If you can't join us on the live, but make sure, like Dana said, okay, go over there, you know, watch the original, come back with your thoughts, or come and join us, just sit in and have a chit chat. Let me know where you guys watching from. Okay. How's your Monday? We were just together last night on the live. But yeah. Okay. How's your Monday, guys? How's it going? Rose, I need to make you a modifier. Ahmad, I guess I gotta do that on. Leave me a comment on one of my videos because I figured out how to do it today. So I can go back in and make you a mod on YouTube. Okay. But hey, Rose, I know you're probably at work. Are you at work? Thank you for watching from Canada, England. Oh, all day. What up? What up? What up? Okay. Let me know. Have you guys watched the interview? Watch Dr. Mark's interview, watch mine. Let me know your thoughts. But what came up for you guys as you were watching? Okay, if you watched it, what came up for you? Did it make you think about your own relationship with your parents, trying to heal from it, living with a narc parent, trying to have a relationship with yourself while also trying to heal and maybe still have them involved in your life? Okay. Okay, Katrina. Hey girl, you were here last night too. Okay. Oh, it's Monday. You doing her daughter? You doing your daughter hair for the week? But hit that like, subscribe. We a little bit early because I do have a client this evening at our normal time, and my bills need to be paid. Okay, so we're doing this a little bit early today. But I want to have a conversation about fathers, ego, being cold-hearted, him not even being able to say the name of his son who passed away. Okay. All right. Okay, some of y'all working from home. Okay, it's a good time for some of y'all. Okay. Okay. Now let's start a little bit with Mr. Brian McKnight. Okay, because him and Dr. Mark are beefing.
Is no one interested in the truth? Is no one actually? We sit back and we look at this and we have to laugh at it. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think that the world is kind of gone crazy when I see everything that's happening today and how when I see that people are not even open to the truth. That's what I think that is important about my platform. I try on a regular basis to be as objective as possible so that I can have a real conversation about what's really going on. And that's whether we're talking about relationships, popular culture, whatever. And what I is more start to pay attention to the stuff that they look at, take a longer term approach.
I get mad when I see dudes out there talking bad about you.
But I'm used to it. Yeah, you do.
And I'm like, why? Because here's the thing. Why can't we sit and talk about it?
Yeah, I agree.
I send a message to Joe Budden's podcast. Crickets. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But who's that Mark, the guy, the political
Marc
guy?
Lamont Hill.
Let me tell you something. I'd destroy that dude.
Yeah.
I would destroy him. Not physically, but
no, I
in
understand what you're saying.
Because you don't even know me. But you call me an asshole?
Yeah. Well, I look at Marc Lamont Hill.
Doctor.
There's this segment of people that are what I like to call, they like to champion themselves as intellectuals, right? And that they truly believe that they're smarter than everybody else. But I don't really believe that because I never see the results.
Right.
It never
and this man getting together Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I've seen Anton's videos come up on my feed over the last couple years since I've been a creator myself. It's just interesting how I feel like people have people on their platform just to get followers, just to make money, not really do an interview, not really be objective, just to have them sit in front of you and make the dollars off of them. Okay. And this is a prime example of having people come on your platform just to say you did, just to get the views. Okay. There was no substance and no purpose other than to have him come over here and make you some money. Okay. And the fact that he didn't put Dr. Marc Lamont Hill says a lot too. People think they're smart and they can intellectualize. No, he is smart. He is smart. And why does Dr. Marc Lamont Hill, to me, make you feel inferior? That you have to downplay him as a doctor, you have to downplay his intelligence to what? As we have seen in the past when the viral clip with him and can't remember old boy from the Joe Budden podcast, that sometimes people being intellectual and smart can make you feel low, not worthy of, and like, ooh, damn, I feel kind of stupid. I gotta put them down. Okay, because what else can I really do? Like they got one up on me. They got the doctorate, they got the intelligence. Oh, okay. Let me try and put them in a box. Okay. Yes, that's what it was giving. Okay. That's what it was giving. All right. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, very much so. But like I want to talk more about the son. The son really spoke to me more than the mother.
You hear.
It's something about, and I know people are like, we want you to do a video about the mom. I don't know much about the mother. It's something about maybe because I've been through my own, trying to heal from a narc parent, that I'm drawn more towards his son speaking, not so much the mother. And there was a part of me that when I was watching it, I wonder if Dr. Hill wanted to speak more with the son and maybe the mother. I don't want to say it was an afterthought, but just kind of like came along. But it gave to me that I think he was a little bit more interested in hearing his son speak. So let's get into more of that.
My children weren't made out of love or born out of love. These children were born out of sin. How'd you feel? How does it make you feel?
I've gone through everything my dad has gone through in half the time. You know what I mean? I've got 3 children, 2 different women. My first 2 kids I had with someone I wasn't in a relationship with.
Right.
I am able to put myself in my dad's shoes and say, okay, well, if you were 19 and 20 and you weren't ready to have a kid yet, I know that there had to have been conversations had around not having me. So, and from that standpoint, I can understand that maybe what he's trying to say out of spite and pettiness to hurt my mom may not necessarily be how he actually feels. See, I'm able to separate the two things. I get it, man. I've said many times through this whole thing that I think that I'm the person that could help my dad.
Right.
And that's not coming from a place of ego. It's not coming from a place of feeling like I'm better than him or smarter than him. No, I understand, dog. Does it hurt my feelings? Of course. I'm not going to.
This to me is what happens when men do not have the foundation of healed, because you can have a man raise you, of healed men raising them. Okay. And there's a part of me that's like when he says, oh, I can understand you, dog. I can understand where you were coming from. So I think in some ways now he's going through his own situation. He is a man with children. He sees the human side of his father. And I think there's a part of us that no matter what, the little child in you will always see the loving parent, the potential in them. So it's like, okay, that part I'm like, okay, I can see that. Okay. But I think that, his son is somebody who has struggled because one part of it is his father wasn't healed. I don't know much about the mother and him, but there's a part of me that's like, okay, was this all daddy, or was this some mama not being healed either? Because I was also watching the interview and, he spoke about being homeless and not being able to pay child support, living in his car. And I was like, okay, well, where was your mama at? I am not saying that the mother is responsible for picking up the slack of the father. I'm not saying that, but there was a part of me that's like, okay, where was she at? What was going on with her? Okay, what was going on with her? Come to terms with the fact that I might have been disadvantaged with one or two narc parents. Yes. I think if you have one narc parent, it's almost like, having two, because the other one is um probably in a place where they don't know what to do. So they're also at times, it's kind of complicated because the other parent at times is a victim too. And they're trying to protect themselves from some of the narc abuse. They're trying to protect you as a child, but there's a system in place that really is not there for you. Okay. You got one parent trying to protect themselves, you got the narc parent holding control. And then outside that household, you probably got the flying monkeys, the aunties, the uncles, the enablers who help the narc parent continue to thrive. Okay. Hey girl, hey. Let me know y'all if y'all are new here also. If this is your first live, you just found the channel. Let me know. Oh, you say you work with his baby moms in Vegas. Oh, you got the same experience, Dr. Marc Lamont. He's an asshole. Oh. So who's an asshole? Same experience. Oh, the same experience that he had with Brian McKnight. Yeah. Yeah. Anton talks against single mothers not being with their father, yet no smoke for Brian having children out of the marriage. Yeah. Mm. Oh, I need you to leave a comment too so I can make you a mod. Like on the channel, go over there and make a comment so I can make you a mod also, Quay. Y'all over him. But yeah, I wonder, how come the mother was not able to kind of financially support her? Maybe she was going through her own thing. I can't make a video or really commentate about the mother because I don't know much about her. From the son, though, you can see that this is a man that's still very much hurting. And a lot of people, not a lot, but people commented and said, oh, he's so calm. He seems like he's healed from this. No, I think he's a parentified child. And when you are a parentified child, you have to learn early on to take on adult responsibilities and be mature. And he talked about being on the road with his dad and working with him while he was on the road. Where was his childhood? Okay, so the calm y'all see is to me a result of him being parentified, having to be mature at a very young age. Okay. Oh, Rose, you never heard that flying monkeys term? Yes, hit that like, everybody. Oh, you new here? Okay. Okay. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Okay, thank you. Well, a lot of y'all have some experience with Brian McKnight. Oh, wow, okay. Okay, she didn't get a divorce. I figured she didn't get no money. Like, he wasn't trying to give her nothing. Okay.
Going to deny the fact that hearing your father say these things publicly is where it's an issue for me. Me and my father have been way past the father-son role. It's time for us to have a conversation as men.
Absolutely.
I've always been willing to have that.
Mm-hmm.
Is he unwilling to have it?
I don't think he's ready to have it yet. And that's not a jab at him.
You tried to have.
Oh, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
100% for years. My father told me that the only way that he would have the conversation with me is that if I went online and told everyone that I was lying about the initial post that I made back in the day.
Was it 2019?
2019,
Yeah.
yes. And if you aren't familiar, I made an Instagram post back in the day simply stating essentially that I do not dig the way that you're treating my siblings. Did I say he abandoned us? Did I say that? All of that became misconstrued through all the BS. And then within his responses of not really knowing what to say and obviously not having someone on his team tell him to maybe take a beat. All of this stems from the fact that the one thing that I will never tolerate, nor condone, nor deal with is you mistreating my family in any way.
No.
Was it my post petty and spiteful? 100%. I knew, because I knew my dad, that was the only way to get his attention. And I've been clear about that.
What were you trying to communicate in 2019? What exactly were you trying to communicate?
That I would never do that.
Do what? What's the thing?
Turn my back on my children, no matter what they've done.
When you hear...
Yeah, it's so sad to see, you know, a man trying to raise a kid or kids without any example. So many men are like him, trying to raise kids unhealed and without the foundation of how do I do this with no guidance. Nobody tell me how to raise kids, how to choose the right woman. Okay, how to choose the right person. Okay. Hey, did you DM me last night? I think you might DM me last night. Yes, parentification is when you are a child who has to take on adult responsibilities. And oftentimes, I find in communities of color, this happens very young. It can happen at 7 years old. Taking care of your brother and sister. Oh, you 7, your mom just had a baby. Oh, it's time for you to become a babysitter. Okay, so you 7 years old trying to take care of a newborn because your mama want to be in the streets. Shit, it might be because your mama needs to go back to work and pay these bills. Okay, and grandma out there in the streets and don't want to help. So I need you to stay at home with you only 7. But I need you to stay at home while I go work this shift. Okay, some of y'all might relate to that. Having to take care of other siblings because you were trying to just survive without support. Okay. Yeah, his voice does sound very much like his dad. Okay, Lex, thank you for DMing me last night. Thank you. I appreciate the message. It depends on what you think of as better. I think he's trying to probably break. And I was listening to the Grits and Eggs podcast this morning on Breakfast Club, and he said something interesting about using the word generational curses versus like generational patterns. I'm like, you got a point. Were we cursed? Should we be using the word curses? I was like, okay, let me change my rhetoric a little bit. But there's generational patterns I think he's trying to get and make get out of and not do the same thing. But he has no guidance. He's a Black man with no fatherly guidance from his father. He might have it from other people, but based off of the relationship he has with, the relationship he has with himself at times, the struggle he has had, it makes me believe that there wasn't a lot of guidance. Okay, and I want to know, do y'all know what age he was when his father remarried? Was he still a teenager? Was he an adult? But oftentimes his dad was on the road, and the only person that was raising him was his mother. And I don't know what her situation is, how she was coping with all the bullshit of the relationship. She could have been drinking. She could have had her own anxiety and depression, and maybe she wasn't present. I don't know. Okay. But looking at this from an outside perspective, it's not just the father. There's been some other things. And it's so interesting watching him and his mom go back and forth. There's something there between them also. You didn't really get the loving relationship. I got that these are two people on the couch who share a shared experience, who share shared trauma. I did not get the motherly son love there. Let me know if it's just me. I read a lot of body language. I like to read nonverbal cues, and watching them sit together, there's something there between them also. Okay, something there. Okay. But it's also not being able to have normal age-appropriate emotions because your parents' emotional well-being is your responsibility. Clock it. Clock it. Okay. It gets discussed a lot less. Yeah. So let's have a chat, Chanel. Okay. You brought the topic up. Make sure I hit that like. Hit the like on this. All right. Join the membership. Subscribe to the channel. Okay. Y'all got me for about an hour and a half today because I got a client. We don't talk enough about how it's placed on a child to be the emotional referee, the best friend, the confidant of a parent, especially a parent who has their own trauma, mental instability. How many of y'all were best friends with your mama, a parent? Okay. How many of y'all were placed in the position to be the confidant, be the referee between your mom and your daddy when they were fighting? Okay. Did you grow up watching your mama have girlfriends, or did you become her girlfriend, her best friend? And it's interesting also, let me know if I'm preaching, y'all. There are a lot of girls born into womanhood, born to mothers who have an idea that you're going to be my little best friend. You're going to love me unconditionally. You're going to help me from the shit that I have not worked through. Okay. The pressure of being born into a system where my mom already had thoughts and ideas about me that I had no chance to become my own person because my mother had already determined how I was going to be. And once I didn't show up like her, oh, okay. Oh. Oh, so Chanel, you brought up a good topic now. I hope someone stands in the gap for him. I do too. That's why I was kind of hesitant about him saying he doesn't have fatherly role models, because he could have somebody else and we just not know. But based off some of the things he was discussing and said, it makes me think that he does not have someone who is in that gap. Okay. No, he's not remarried. Okay, the other son he was, but what does it have to do with anything? You can be remarried and still have trauma, still trying to fight your demons in a marriage with somebody else. Who gonna bring their demons to? Who gonna bring their demons to the marriage? Okay. Yeah, a lot of y'all have seen Brian McKnight on tour. Hey Felicia. Hey everybody. I think the mom was giving her some space to express herself. I think mom was being careful to not come across as overbearing. That's possible too. I'm gonna give you that. That's possible, Buzz. That's possible. But there's still something else. And I think that something else is the trauma. The trauma that they have both been through. The trauma that they have both been through.
What was the moment or the thing that caused you to separate?
I was not going to tolerate his girlfriends anymore. That was the last straw.
During your marriage?
During our marriage. It was presented that there were a bunch of separations because we just shouldn't have been together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was rocky from day one. Absolutely not. There were a lot of situations tolerated. Maybe there were multiple affairs because he wasn't just promiscuous. He just really didn't want to be married. Gotcha. For me, I was there because I was a wife. I come from a family of marriage. I didn't want my children, the older they got, how comfortable situations became with allowing outside people around my children.
Are we talking outside people like industry people?
No, these
or women?
Women. That was the last straw for me. It became dangerous for my sons. I had one that called me to let me know they knew where my kids went to school, where he played basketball, where my youngest went to a skate park. Absolutely not. My first and foremost priority is my children. There was never a time where I felt like I'm going to risk, first of all, my self-respect As the woman who my sons would grow up and be able to say, this is my mom. What did she tolerate? What did she not? How did she protect us? Could I have made different decisions? Of course. I don't blame that on youth. That's life and learning. But the minute I realized, no, these are the boundaries I'm setting, and they were continually crossed.
And these don't sound like unconventional boundaries. You're saying we're married, no girlfriends, or if you have them, have the girlfriends leave my kids alone.
I realized, okay, this is clearly what you feel is going to be the case. So I'm choosing to go. When I was asked to come back, okay, so let's work on this. This is your husband. This is your kid's father. We can work through this. I get it. You got a lot getting thrown at you for somebody who was the quirky, eccentric one in school. Now suddenly you're everywhere and you're huge and you're the next big. I get it. I got it. I got you. You got a safe space.
It sounds like she was his crutch. Like she was his like safety space that, okay, I'm feeling myself. I'm getting notoriety. Let me get out there and see what's out there. Oh, this is kind of scary. Let me go back to my safe space. Okay. Let me go back to what I know. But I still want to be out there. So as much as you are my safe space, as much as I know you, you give me the image, the fatherly image. I still kind of want to get out there. And this is what happens in a lot of relationships. Women become, I hate to say this, but y'all know I'm gonna keep it real. Women become the doormat. Women become the safety blanket. That's the word I was looking for. Women become the safety blanket because men are too scared to completely let go and be out there. So I want to make sure I have my safety blanket just in case, but I kind of want to be out there in the streets and see what it's all about. And she left. So it makes me wonder when he called her to come back, it's like, oh, I was out there. It's a little bit too much. Let me go back to my safety blanket. And from her perspective, I wonder if it was more of, hey, okay, this might be best for my children to have their father in their lives and us be a family again. But ultimately, the kids grew up seeing the back and forth, moving, us going back home, and it's not healthy. Okay. Kids get a perception of this is love. This is how people should treat me. But I think for the longest time, he treated her like a safety blanket. Hey, Leah. Hey, Leah. Could this be, could grief be, could the grief be complicated? Yes. I think I talked about that in the video too. Yes, complicated grief. I feel people tend to want to close off when dealing with grief. So we may be seeing that. Yes. Yes, grief does complicate trauma because grief is trauma too. Grief is trauma too. Well, Dr. Mark said that they reached out to him. Like their people reached out to him. I don't know how true that is. Of all the podcasts, why in particular they would reach out to Dr. Hill, I don't know. But he said that they reached out to him. That's why he did it. It was funny because I was watching the Joe Budden podcast last night, and I don't know what's the heavyset guy name. But him and Joe were saying, like, you ain't got to front with us. We know you did it for the views and the money. You ain't got to say you did it for the intellectualized healing. And it was so real because come on now. You did it for the healing. Okay, we're going to roll with that. Okay, now. Yes, so true. Very true about Black mothers. Okay. Yes. And somebody commented earlier about the whole the cringy, dang, what's the girl name? I can't remember her name. She was on The Real. What's the Asian girl name? And she's had this thing, not go viral, but this thing on the Shade Room about her daughter saying she loved her. And I don't know, somebody asked me to talk about that, and it kind of relates to this too. Like her daughter comes off as a kind of an accessory and kind of her best friend when she's only like 7. I can't remember her name at this point, but y'all probably know who I'm talking about. All these damn spam calls. I'm not one of your little friends. Oh, you're my built-in best friend pipeline. Yes, it does. Okay, yes, it does. I probably should do a video on that, the built-in best friend pipeline. Because I was thinking about something related to that earlier about, let me write some notes down. I gotta flesh it out a little bit more. But just how this is a side note. Let me know if y'all want it. We could talk about this in a different video or live. Just how in friendships, especially when it comes to Black women in friendships, we don't have examples of what it's like to really build and have a friendship. We have the media that tells us female friendships are going out for drinks, talking about your mans, talking about hooking up. And I think the media in the 90s really built this way of making people think that friendships are only what they see on TV. Okay. And as a result, now that we're older, we don't really know how to build a friendship. We don't know how to show up as a friend, how to develop vulnerability, transparency, and really show up, because the media has showed us friendship is shopping, friendship is traveling together. Friendship is not, we have not seen examples outside of probably Waiting to Exhale, a little bit of girlfriends. Okay. But friendship is not me sitting here and holding you while you cry. Okay. How many examples have we really had of those type of dynamics in friendships versus we shop, we talk about who you slept with, we talk about your baby daddy. Okay. But we don't talk about the vulnerability aspects of friendship. No, that's a tangent. Okay. Let me write down my notes. Okay. So what did y'all say y'all want to talk about? Oh, the best friend. Okay. The built-in bestie pipeline. Media's portrayal of friendships. Okay. Sorry, I was a little bit of a tangent now. I just be coming up with stuff sometimes, okay? Very cold. Okay. The fact that he refers to, did he refer to one of his sons as the younger one? You can't say the name. Okay. There is something that Brian McKnight has against Julie. I don't know what it is, but the kids become collateral damage, and him trying to punish her and hurt her. I don't know what happened between them. I don't know what his relationship like is with his own mother or women in general, but there is something about Julie that he feels like he needs to punish her, and he knows how to punish her is through the kids. Now that's some deep shit right there. That's some deep shit. Okay. That's deep. Okay. Y'all saying I'm clocking it. Hey, Jenny. My mother would never have called me a friend. She would trauma dump on me, and I was not allowed to push back as a family scapegoat. It was all my fault. A lot of people can relate to that. Okay, a lot of people can relate to that. I can tell you've been in some therapy too, based off some of the comments you've been making on some of these lives. Oh, wow, he traumatized you. At least you can call you on your BS. From one family scapegoat to another. A lot of y'all were the scapegoats. I'm trying to figure out in this dynamic, the three, like, who is a scapegoat in this dynamic? And this is all from me looking on the outside. I don't know the ins and outs of their dynamic, but I'm trying to figure out. It'd be interesting to break it down from like a family systems perspective. See, that's why I like my community over here. Y'all are so supportive of one another. See, that's the thing. I don't know how many kids he has altogether. I don't know really the ins and outs of their relationship. Somebody said that he has kids from another woman, right? Also, somebody had told me earlier he disowned his daughters. He has no relationship with his 2 daughters. Excuse me. I heard the youngest is still a child. Oh, he's not present in her life. That's not surprising. Not surprising. Okay. Y'all putting goats in the the comments because y'all the scapegoat. We unfortunately become the old tattered blankets Linus carries around. Yes, that is so true. So true. Damn, what a image right there in your mind. Oh yes, Flip is his name. Thank you, Felicia. But the media empowers him, fans empower him. The new wife. Okay, the new wife. How could you? And this is what trips me out about women at times. How can you want to be with a man who is not willing to take care of the last wife, see his kids? I just don't know. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, Flip is the one I was talking about. Yes, Jenny Mai. Jenny Mai. Somebody wanted me to talk a little bit about Jenny Mai. Oh, it was you. Did you put the comment about Jenny Mai? I don't think it was you. Yes, I wonder about his relationship with his parents. I heard Julie say, I know you missed your grandma in the interview with Dr. Marc Lamont Hill. Okay. Yes, it was you. Okay. I brought it up, right? I be paying attention in them comments. People put so much into their kids and never create a life for themselves. Woo! That one right there. People spend so much time pouring into their kids, trying to heal themselves through their kids, trying to give their kids everything that when the child becomes 18, 19, and they leave the house, who am I? What do I do with myself? Your whole personality as a parent. Okay, because you are trying so hard to give your child everything your mama, your dad didn't give you. Okay. Nobody talks about that either. I see it so often. Like, so many people are exhausted, burnt out from parenting because they are trying so hard to give their kids and heal their trauma through being a parent. Okay, all the things you couldn't experience and do, you're doing it through your parenting. And then when you get to a point where the kids are old enough, what do I do with myself? Because I never made time for me. And some of that is out of guilt. The guilt of putting yourself first. Does that make me a bad mother, a bad father? What will people think about me? What will the mom chat, the mom group say about me? You're putting so much pressure on yourself to be better than what you had that you lose yourself in parenting. Now, I think I'm preaching a little bit too much tonight. Okay, I don't want this to turn to church. Hey, Phoenix. Are you new here, Phoenix? Oh, wait, let me see a picture. You was in the chat earlier. I saw you in my comments. Was it the Diddy video or was it this video you were in the comments with? Yes, let us know if you are new here, where you're watching from, if this is your first live, if you recently subscribed, how you found me. Thank you, Rose. You on your shit today. That's why you have to become a mod. Okay. Did you leave a comment yet so I can go and make you a mod? I have so many comments I need to go through. Oh, you didn't leave a comment yet, so I don't know how to make you a mod unless you make a comment. So go over and leave a comment so I can make you a mod. All right. Healthy exchange and support of self-love. But Okay, I'm not sure what you identify as, a woman, a man. Okay, a lot of women are male-centered because of men. Okay, because of men. Because of men, and also because we are conditioned to come out the womb strong. We never get to talk about being soft, ladylike. Okay, we get to talk about you got to be strong in this world, because if you don't, the world gonna eat you up. Okay, so I am male identified because I have had to survive. Okay, now the men's gaze is a whole different different thing over there. Okay, but I am male identified because I've only seen my mama be male. I've only seen my mama be the strong, independent woman, my aunties. Okay, there was never an opportunity for me to see health because everybody around me was surviving. And the way that they survived was being masculine. It's not like we wake up or we are born and we decide, yeah, for the rest of my life, I want to be masculine. Well, some people. Okay, but y'all know what I mean. On like a mental health level, you're born into a system that tells you as a Black woman, you got to be strong from birth. Okay, strong from birth. Yes, thank you. A lot of women don't have healthy examples of what friendship with women should be like because it starts with their mothers. Yes, and I used to do a series about your mama being a bully, but y'all wasn't watching the video, so I stopped doing it. Okay. But yeah, having your mom be your first example of what it's like to have a relationship with a woman. And that relationship with your mother dictates how you move for the rest of your life with relationships with other women. Okay. But yeah, you own it today. You own it. Okay. You own it. Ah, that's a good thing right here. Maybe. Maybe. And this is where the injury comes from. Okay. Brian is bitter. But how are you bitter in a whole new relationship? Okay. How are you bitter in a whole new relationship that came with kids? You're supposed to be happy over there. Why aren't you on these podcasts talking about your new wife, your new family? Y'all think he hate himself? Mm. Hey, High Rise. Thank you for joining the membership yesterday. Yeah, that rejection trauma. That rejection trauma is what it is. So for the rest of your life, I got to punish you for rejecting me. I got to punish you. And the kids, like I said, become collateral damage. Okay. You said he's a lame. Even in relationships, when women want to be better, maybe best woman to the man ever had, but it also seems rooted in scarcity, as women have to be the best so that the man doesn't leave. Very true. Which goes more into that anxious attachment style and also being codependent in relationships. Okay. Make sure y'all hitting the like on this live. Mm. Yeah, this is what I don't get. How can you watch a man deny his child love on his deathbed and not have some type of fear that your children will be next or could be next? Yeah. Did he have does he have kids with the new wife, or are they all his step kids? Are people still I saw a Kita video. She did a video. I saw the thumbnail. I didn't watch the video about her saying that people are boycotting Brian McKnight. Are they really though? Are they really? Okay, we got a new one up in here. Let's celebrate. Okay, new person. Clink, 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 clink. Okay, welcome to the channel. Thank you for not only finding me, but deciding to stay. Okay. Oh, this your first time too? Okay. Okay. Thank you for staying, Jessica. Thank you. No, yeah, thank you for coming into the chat tonight. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Okay, we got some new folks. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you. Oh, you watching from Philly? Okay. We are out here healing. For me, knowing that I'm not uniquely horrible. Wow, I am not uniquely horrible. And that many of my family dynamics are patterns repeated in families all over has been so uplifting. Yes. Wow. I am not uniquely horrible. That's heavy. That's heavy. You learned that somewhere. That definitely was a core belief you picked up somewhere and that you had to unlearn. So I appreciate you sharing that. That's pretty heavy. Okay. Yes, welcome to all the new people. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome to all the new people. Welcome. Welcome to the channel, everybody. We are very fast growing. We're growing so fast. I think I got like 400 new subs since yesterday. From what I've heard and read for years on the internet, some women parents didn't care to give them a better life than what they had. That can be true. Very true. No, I don't think it's that. I think it's what people are saying about him feeling the rejection trauma. A narcissist. I ain't never gonna get it right. Okay. Feeling that rejection trauma. Okay, and so he has to punish her. And the kids become collateral damage because he knows that's how to get to her. Okay.
This is home. There was a separation during my pregnancy with Nico by my choice, because absolutely not were things going to be tolerated while I'm pregnant. The stress of it, raising my son, I needed to be present for my older one. He was only 2.5. I'm not following you around to make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do as a grown man in a marriage so you can go handle that. I need to be pregnant right now. I got to deliver some babies. That's when the choice was made on his side. Let's come back and let's make this work. The exact words, I want my family back. And I was like, oh, that's all you got to tell me, Jack.
What was the moment?
And this is also why when I have therapy with people, I want you guys to ask yourself or understand and know, what was your mother going through when she was pregnant with you? Were you a wanted pregnancy? What was the dynamics of the relationship with herself? Was she stressed? What were the dynamics of the relationship she had with the person who impregnated her? Those are important things to know about your birth, okay? Because it shows you what you were coming into. Okay, was it a healthy pregnancy? All those things really do matter. Okay, people don't know enough about their birth history, and what your mother was going through when she was pregnant with you. Okay. But I agree that, basing one's worth on what men think of you is deeply problematic. Social media loves to show how these women, I shouldn't say these women because I'm a woman. I don't want to come off as like a red pill person, anti-woman, but I feel like social media shows a lot about how women put men on pedestals and just like toxic relationships are like so popular, and you got the Canes, you got now the Summer Walkers, and how those are images and representations that young girls are seeing. Okay, that young girls are also seeing, and that is really penetrating their mind and fostering a relationship with myself and how I show up with men. Okay, how I show up with men. Okay. Where we at with the comments? Yeah, I agree. Oh, okay. So he was a kid with the new wife and the stepkids. Okay. So that was a trauma for him. And I wonder if at that point, right when he remarried, did he abandon him? Or if it was later that he decided, I want to focus on my new family. Because that's traumatic. Oh, okay. He did have kids with her. So he started all over again. Man, like to have that name, Brian McKnight Jr., so much pressure. So much comes along with that. Oh, you're new too? Did we celebrate you already? Thank you, though. I think let's, you know what? You probably need a hand clap. Okay, maybe you're going through it. I'm just gonna clap for you anyway, all right? I hope this helps your day. Oh, we got some more new people. Okay, you new too? Let's give it up. You know, clink, 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 clink. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Okay. Welcome to the channel. I appreciate you for not only watching the video, but deciding to stay. Watching the video, deciding to stay, and join the chat. I appreciate all the things you guys decide to do because you really didn't have to. Okay. Yes. Welcome to all the newbies. Okay. He canceled it because of low ticket sales. Yeah, I wonder if he's starting to feel the repercussions of these podcasts. Okay. Did we shout you out? I don't think we shouted you out. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, he has a son. Brian McKnight Jr. 2.0. Wow. This man is so cold-hearted. Oh, thank you. You came back and subbed. Okay. Hey, girl. I think you subbed yesterday, right? Hey, girl. Hey. Yeah, that uniquely horrible. Wow. Chanel, I had to sit with that one. I had to sit with that one. Unique. I am not uniquely horrible. That is a core belief right there. I work with that's one way I work with people when it comes to healing. I ask people, where does your healing journey begin? Where would you like to start? What is a negative belief you developed about yourself as a child? Okay. And people tell me what the core belief is. I'm not uniquely horrible. Okay. I'm like, oh. So take me back to where you first started feeling that. And that's where we're going to start healing your trauma. Because where that core belief came from, that is the beginning of something that we need to discuss and work on. Okay. So keep that in mind. What are the core beliefs that you guys have developed about yourself? And how are those core beliefs really keeping you captive? Okay. Keeping you captive. Wait, what? I think what women want from men, they don't have to give. Yeah, she talked about him cheating. Yes, therapy is everything. Okay. I am not replaceable. You cannot replace me with AI. Yeah, I guess the community conversation is happening tonight. I guess it's happening tonight. Yeah, but then they get mad when we start to have a voice and we use our voices on social media, even though they get on social media themselves and talk about them being mad. We have a voice. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Oh my God. And some are saying she loves surgery. She was mad because she wanted to get a rib taken out. A rib. I'm gonna do a video. I need to record it probably tomorrow about let me write that part of my, I'm taking down notes, okay. But yeah, I'm doing a video tomorrow about just how like diet culture, Ozempic, plastic surgery, how all that shit is taking over social media in Hollywood. So I need to record that tomorrow. These baby boomer mamas ain't telling us what they going through when they was pregnant. It would explain a few things if that information was revealed. Can you ask? Is it an option to ask? Do you have a relationship where you can ask? Do any family members of yours know? These baby boomer mamas ain't telling us what they was going through when they was pregnant. Oh, you're new. Okay. Clink, clink, clink. Let's go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You decided to stay. Okay. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, so he has a son with a new wife. Okay. Oh, the first baby died. Never heard that. Yes, he does. Oh, you're a new subscriber? Okay. Okay. Let me put some respect on your name. Okay, because you were one of the first people who commented tonight. Okay. Sorry, sis. Sorry. He posted a pic where he brought his stepson's kids cars and fancy stuff. Yeah, I think I might have saw that on TikTok. Let's get back to our. Okay, we watched this one already.
Watching that interview, I was like, was he married to somebody before me? Because this was not the situation.
Did it start in the church?
It started when we were children. I did not meet him in college. Our families have been intertwined since before I was born. Our parents went to college together. His mom was my dad's campus sister. I wasn't this girl who met him in college just hanging out on campus. Our families have always been together. At the point where I realized I was pregnant with this beautiful one, he was already on his way to California, had asked my parents permission to come and stay to try and work on a record deal. His mom gave him 1 year. I love you, Grandmama Lane. Said, if you don't get this deal, you coming home. Got a blessing from my parents. My parents allowed him to come and live with our home, where then at the time I was functioning as a group home counselor, still doing that now. He was allowed to come and live with us while working on getting a record deal. I think one of the misconceptions is he was getting ready to make it and I latched on and got pregnant. It's not the case.
Were you in love?
Absolutely. My brother used to tease us all the time, sobs at the airport when I had to leave.
Wait, just to be clear, he was sobbing.
Oh.
What do y'all think the role of church has in this, church and religion? Okay. I wonder about that also. You said summer don't exist to you. Oh man, she has so many issues. I always say this can't be the same Summer that when she first came out, she was too anxious to do shows and get on stage. Okay. She seems like a draining person to be around. She purposely makes terrible decisions in dating dysfunctional men. Is it on purpose though, or is it what she learned and saw growing up? Summer does what she wants. It seems like her kids are well cared for despite her being toxic as hell. So make it make sense. Her kids are well taken care of despite her being toxic as hell. That don't make sense to me. She sings about it every song. Can you really be well taken care of if your mama is toxic as fuck and then also got a new man every other month? I shouldn't say month, every couple months. Okay. And then she addicted to surgery, so that means somebody else watching your ass. because your mama got to be laid up recovering from her surgery. And she was on tour for quite some time. So when I calculate all those things in my mind, that doesn't really show me that they're probably taken care of, probably financially, but that's where we get caught up. We think because we see them with nice clothes on. I think she posted a video a couple of days ago of her at this play center, that they must be taken care of. Okay. Social media will show you one thing. But when you really pull back the layers and the different relationships she's had, plastic surgery, being on tour, it kind of makes you like, might not be true. Okay, it might not be true. Okay. I got that from only Black kids in the class, hopefully future class. A lot of utilitarians are highly narcissistic. Yes, they are. Trust me, I've worked with many of them. I've been in the entertainment industry for 30 years. Okay. That actually had me thinking, I just started watching the Kehlani Breakfast Club interview. And it's so interesting because I was talking to somebody who is industry, and they were saying like Kehlani is somebody who appears one way, but then when you really know her from behind the scenes, she really ain't the girl that she appears to be on TikTok. And now, me being a therapist, I kind of clocked that a long time ago. Okay, she's always in a new relationship. But the person pointed out that every time she has a new album, she shapeshifts and morphs into whatever that album needs her to look like and be. I was like, damn, I didn't realize that. Hippie, fairy. I was like, see, you put me on some game right now with this conversation. The gossiping aunties not gonna tell it, but my mama ain't giving up nothing. Yeah, you might got a point. You probably got a point. What is Rose saying? Yeah, I wonder about the role of the church in this whole dynamic. Are you talking about his kids? Because his son said that they were not sheltered. Oh, okay. Okay, I agree. The church has a lot to do with it also. I wonder what it's like to have a baby after you have a rib removed. Oh. I wonder how that may have affected her raising her boys then. Okay, hey J baby. I was saying, what do you think the role in church has to do with the dynamic between him and Julie? Tolerate foolishness. And also that no matter what, you're going to be married. Ain't no divorce in the church. You on one tonight, Felicia. But she is a side chick though. She is a side chick. These heifers lying on the internet, including Summer Walker, the side chick. Yeah, she's a side chick. She proud of it. I did do a video on that too, if you have not watched it. That's the thing though. You can have money, but at the end of the day, kids want love. They want a hug. They want you to be present. All them Jordans, the Polo, the Ralph Lauren, the Gucci that them kids are wearing. At the end of the day, when they get older, they're going to remember if the mama was there to give them a hug. If she showed up to the games. That stuff is what really builds a person. Not all the aesthetic stuff that social media will make you think, oh, they're well taken care of. I would make terrible decisions in those who choose to date because I would know what she saw and because she purposely chooses to deal with problematic men. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, what are you talking about? Oh, they were sheltered. You saying that they were sheltered? Oh, I don't know. I don't know too much about them growing up. Y'all, y'all lining the chat up. Oh, Betty, are you watching from Savannah, Georgia? Oh, okay. Both families were prominent in the church. I think back then, though, I could see them forcing them to get married, especially if she was pregnant. And this is also in the South. Oh, you talking about what? You said something earlier. I'm trying to find your earlier comment. Oh, okay. You never thought about Kaylani like that. I didn't either until the person brought it up to me. I'm like, damn, every time she come out with an album or a CD, she do change. I was like, damn, I never thought about that. Oh, because one is for mobile. So one is for people who are watching on mobile devices, and one is for people who are watching on like a computer, desktop, or TV. So yeah, I know that we're on twice. I don't mind that we're on twice. Traditional home. Do you guys feel like can repair be done between the boys and their father? Is repair possible? Because I think in some ways he is still wanting his father to show up for him. That little boy, that inner child, I think is still yearning for his father to show up. And so I want to know from you guys, is healing possible? Because at this point, I don't think Brian McKnight is in a place to want to change. I don't think he's in a place to see or reflect that I'm part of the problem. So can you, I think, heal and have a parent re-enter your life when they have not done any work? When they haven't done any work. Yes, Rose, it's on purpose. Okay. Y'all really on summer tonight. Oh, maybe I already saw that comment. Oh, yeah, I say he should just grieve the loss of his father. What does it look like, from you guys' perspective, to grieve a parent who's still living? What does that look like? Knowing that your father's online talking about you, your father's living his best life, what does it look like for you to grieve him? Yeah, that complicated grief. You're grieving so much, a father, a brother, memories. Yeah, a lot of hurt to carry. Well, some of y'all think the son needs to move on. True. Full-blown narc. And I don't know like I said, I don't think at this point Brian McKnight is in a place to want to or see that he needs to change. All these platforms giving him opportunity to speak just feeds his ego. So you said healing is possible in terms of having a cordial relationship but the son will not be healed until he gives up the notion of his father being a father to him. That's hard though. That's really hard. Yes, that complicates things. Does a child want to have a relationship with that person that you don't want to have a relationship? Can your child have a relationship with that parent even though you have no relationship? What does it look like? When kids are involved, it complicates things. Lots of tears. Lots of tears. Yeah, a lot of acceptance and letting go. Okay, letting go. Yeah, I think it might be time to detach and let go. I agree. I agree to an aspect. I think in the timeline of life, yes, years have gone by. He has moved on in that sense. But I think the trauma in some ways has kept him where the trauma first happened. I think inside, I wonder if he has not moved on. Okay. Lawyer is saying that y'all don't think Brian gonna change. Yeah. I don't think you should mail the letter though. I think you should maybe write the letter, maybe go to the beach, throw in the water. I feel like mailing the letter to the person kind of opens up the window for them or door for them to kind of reach out to you. I just don't know. But yeah, journaling your feelings. But yes, you have to make peace with the situation before it destroys you. I agree. Before it destroys you. Okay, no contact. Yeah, no contact. I think him speaking has brought up all this stuff. Having his dad be on all these platforms every couple years. Oh, you said don't mail it. Okay, I must have missed that part. Okay, you said don't mail it. You already watched this one?
What was the moment or the thing that caused you to separate?
I was not going to tolerate his girlfriends anymore. That was the last straw.
I don't think I have the clip for it, but there was something where his son was saying how he discovered things about his son that no child should find. Like he had to find things in the house related to his father being with other women, and that's traumatizing too. Okay. It's like he had no care about like anything. Really anything. A child should not have to find, he said, videotapes, things that his father was involved in. Um that's traumatic too, to know that he just did not care. Okay, he did not care. Oh, he was trying to do a GoFundMe? Oh. Put the GoFundMe link in the chat. Maybe some people might want to donate. That's a good question. I don't know. You know, one place that I haven't seen him talk is the Breakfast Club. Like, when he gonna pull up? He been everywhere else. Yeah, they saw a lot of that. A lot of that. A lot of cheating. Okay. Yeah. But I hope that as hard as it is, he can learn to let go of, I think, wanting his father to show up for him. Become the man that he needs to become and do a lot of work in therapy to heal from the things he's seen, witnessed, heard. And it's so hard to be in your healing journey and try and walk forward, but keep being pulled back by all this media stuff. Okay. I must have missed the part about the GoFundMe. Low key, the money Dr. Mark made, he can't donate some of that. He can't donate none of that.
One of the darkest and coldest and most disheartening memories of my life is the day my brother calls me sobbing with all that he's going through, looking death in the eye, to tell me I'm right about telling him not to call my father. Because I knew what was going to happen. Because I knew where my dad was. I told him, the dad is gone. Dad's gone. All my brother wanted and needed, asked for, was my father to tell him that he loves him. And my brother responds to him, I can't arbitrarily, or my father responds to my brother that I can't arbitrarily say that I love you.
Right.
But this is the man that wanted to help him. One of the...
That's deep. My dying wish was just to hear my father say he loves me. Yeah, that's pretty deep, y'all. Very heartbreaking. Yeah. Didn't he also say in the interview, not his son, but Brian McKnight Sr. was saying how they didn't tell him that Nico was passing away, that he found out late. He just came off like so entitled. Like he's entitled to his information. Woe is me. I'm the victim. Okay, I'm the victim. Brian McKnight, his ego will always be a victim. And that is, to me, the gap. That is why he's continuing to punish Julie and his children, because he feels like Julie abandoned me. It's that abandonment trauma. It's that narc injury. Okay, the narc injury. Oh, hey, girl. Hey, girl, hey. Yes, that narc injury. Why I keep saying industry? Yeah, but that's just sad, man. That's sad. That's really sad. But any other thoughts about Brian McKnight? Does anyone have any criticism at all for Dr. Hill? It's interesting to watch people develop a platform and kind of go down. And I think at times Mark is kind of playing the, like, what would I say? Not the fence, but both sides. I think he's playing the intellectual side, but I feel like he's also trying to play the salacious side with figuring out the balance, where I still have my the doctor in me be the forefront and people don't actually recognize some of the bullshit that I'm engaging in too. Okay. But Queen, what was his name? Queen's Flip and Joe kind of called him out. Like you ain't got a lot to kick it. We like you. Okay, you ain't gotta tell us you did it for the healing. You ain't got to front over here. But it's so interesting because there's a lot of money in toxicity. There's a lot of money in low hanging fruit. There's a lot of money in mudslinging. Okay, play in the mud, but don't want to get dirty. Okay, but it's just so interesting to watch him kind of get pulled into the Joe Budden of it all. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one noticing that, but I think he's, kind of tithering here, playing the mud, but so far has been able to keep his hands clean. Okay. No criticisms for Dr. Hill because I didn't actually watch the interview. Somebody was like, "Oh, in the actual video I did, you're talking too much. I'm just going to go over and watch Dr. Hill's video." I never said you need to watch my video instead. I never said you got to watch me instead. Go on over there and give him your views. Like, I'm not trying to take from him. Oh, he can be an a-hole too. I don't watch him often. Dark Lamont Hill. Oh, you think he knows him personally? I think he said there were conversations that they had during the podcast or something that he didn't show, so there were other things. Yeah, you gotta limit it to a point. But it's interesting to see people come into the YouTube game who were only doing like one thing and trying to pivot to pop culture and some of the more salacious things, even though that has not been their brand. And I wonder how successful, Dr. Hill will be doing that. I think he's gonna do fine. But I think at some point he will get into some trouble. Okay. I think he will get into some trouble. And I think that if he was to have Brian McKnight Sr. on his podcast, he would probably get into some trouble. Because he got a lot of hood in him. Okay. Don't let that intellectualness fool you. Oh, it can come out. It can definitely come out. Okay. Yeah, he want the smoke, but he want the money too. He want them numbers. That smoke is gone. When the smoke is gone, the subscribers, the money will probably make it worth it. Okay, it'll probably make it worth it to him. Yes, he from Philly. Don't forget that. Mm. He does not care what people think is trouble. Yep, he reminded him. He reminded him. You think he need the money? I don't know. Does he need the money? Yeah, he from Philly. Okay. I remember that. Is he still a professor? I thought before the pandemic, wasn't he teaching? He was a political commentator, but then he got fired for making comments about, was it Gaza or something like that? Was that in 2020 or like 21 where he got in trouble and got fired from like whatever his commentary gig was? Oh, I know that. Oh, he's been fired from a lot of them. I think people like Dr. Lamont Hill just probably need their own, like what he's doing now with YouTube, need their own platform, you know, and not have to work for anybody because I think he has opinions and beliefs that sometimes you want to say stuff, but the network doesn't agree with it. You don't want to have to worry about getting fired. So I think him going on this whole YouTube and Patreon thing is really working for him. Yeah, that's what got him fired, right? From what I remember. Yeah, it was CNN. Okay. I remember this too. Was that in 2020 or was that like in 21? But yeah, he needs his own platform. I agree. So him being on YouTube is a good match for him. But the thing is also he's learned about YouTube and Patreon from Joe. Okay. He's learned a lot from Joe. And that's why I think this interview tells me a lot about what he's learning from Joe. And we talked about this, was it last night we talked about this? At some point, all these creators, commentators go sideways. Natasha Kays. Who else did we talk about last night? But eventually they kind of go different routes and kind of alienate the audience that kind of made them big. Are you on his Patreon? Because I think on his Patreon is where he really get lit. Oh, okay. That's why I was wondering, does he do any type of mainstream media anymore? Does he teach? I'm not going to say he needs the money, but the money is benefiting him. Let's say that. I don't want to say he needs the money, but he is benefiting from all these different media platforms, YouTube, Joe, and his Patreon. Okay. His Patreon. But anything else y'all want to chat about before I head on out? Anything else y'all want to talk about before I head on out? Yeah, he is very uniquely positioned. I ain't mad at that shit. I bet on myself. I quit my job, so yeah, sometimes you gotta believe and bet on yourself. That's where the real freedom is really betting on yourself and believing in the things you say, you believe in that you gonna make it. But I appreciate y'all joining me tonight. I'm going to give myself my voice a little bit of a 30-minute break so I can meet with a client in like 30 minutes. But yeah, thanks for coming, you guys. Thank you to all the new subscribers. If you haven't already joined the membership, it's only 99 cents. It's not even $1. Okay, it's 99 cents to support your girl, support the channel. And yeah, I hope you guys have a really great evening. Thank you for joining me tonight. If you are part of our replay gang and you didn't get to catch us on this live tonight, let me know in the comments. Hashtag replay gang. Let me know where you're watching from. But I hope you guys have a very great evening. Thank you, Rose. As usual, you were on your shit tonight. You did your big one as usual. Okay. Okay, somebody says $1.37 if you're in Canada. But thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. See ya.